Yeah, this next song's cool too.
Do we do some punching parts on that song?
We did on the bass.
On the bass?
Yeah.
How many punching parts do we do on that?
I can't remember.
Like maybe 3?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Something like that.
It sounds like the same bass line. Feeling my mermaid's touch, holding hands with the past. The ship hasn't broken, the devil's in the ocean. It looks like we're sinking, the anchors weigh me down, weigh me down. Her name is Diana, I don't have no patience. She swoons right beneath me, her lips are quite so warm, quite so warm. I remember that part. Liquid love, sharks are reading my inside. The wind is strong, my life is gone. Drowning in a sea of love, wishing that I'll be back. My time has been spoken, the heavens shall be open. It looks like we're sinking, the anchors weigh me down, weigh me down. Liquid love, sharks are reading my inside. Lightning strikes, wash your face away and light. Golden sea, melt my troubles in paradise. The wind is strong, my life is gone. Secrets unfold in front of me. I can't believe we're in this way. Many times I've been told to stay. What kind of love do you have to play? Should I bow my head and start to pray? Look out, honey, baby. Here we go. Yeah, that's how it is. Right beneath me, her lips are quite so warm, quite so warm, quite so warm. sore, quite sore. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a great song.
What up, Tucson, Arizona? The Call Me Crazy Show, episode 88? 89. Episode 89, people. This is the Call Me Crazy Show, and what we're doing here on the Call Me Crazy Show is hyping up Terminator 3, hence the glasses. But anyway, first thing first, I'm going to be talking about tidbits that happened for the month of June of 2003. A lot has been going on, so therefore I shall begin. Okay, in June, the U.S. military pulled out its troops from the demilitarized Bueno, Tucson. This is the Call Me Crazy Show, episode 89. Thank you very much for being here, and I want to be able to thank TCCC for making it possible, and Marty, the editor, and you, the viewer, especially, of course. Okay, people, it's been a long, hot May, and now it's June, and as always, every summer, every year, there's always big chaotic disorder going around here in town and out of town. Right now, what I'm trying to do is trying to make up with a little entertainment, so we're doing a little countdown to Terminator 3. And the glasses. Okay, people, here we go. In June, the U.S. military pulled out the troops from the demilitarized. Am I saying that right? The DMZ. Excuse me. The DMZ, which stands for Demilitarized Zone, and apparently the U.S. military pulled the troops out because. They're going to consolidate the U.S. troops into the base that is further south from the zone. So basically now we're backing off on North Korea for some reasons that we can't see, and so we'll have to find out what's going to happen in a couple of weeks with Kim and North Korea. I'm sorry, people. North Korea, South Korea, they could really have a lot of problems that I'm talking about. Okay, it's been 35 years ago this month that Robert Kennedy was assassinated in Los Angeles by a man named Sirhan Sirhan. A couple days ago, the lawyer for Sirhan Sirhan, the guy who was convicted of assassinating Robert Kennedy, the lawyer told various newspaper outlets that his client, Sirhan, was set up. So every conspiracy theory that's behind every assassination attempt or assassination that's taking place in the U.S., there's always going to be theories. Look at JFK, look at Martin Luther King, look at even right now there's a thing going on with Billy the Kid and Billy the Kid, and I forgot the other guy's name, Garrett, saying that Garrett made up the whole idea about Billy the Kid and all that. And then Wyatt Earp too, a lot of people are speculating that the Wyatt Earp OK Corral gunfight never happened. So there's always going to be conspiracies and whatnot. So the guy who murdered Robert Kennedy, Sirhan, his lawyer said that he was set up. So that's nothing new. Okay, Roger Clemens, we all know who he is. He's the Yankees pitcher. He won 300 games. Okay, people, I've been watching the NBA Finals. I love the NBA. I've been watching the NBA since the days of the Lakers, the Celtics, the Pistons in the 80s, the Sixers back in the early 80s. Those were the rivalries that kept the game going. And then also in the mid-90s, we had early 90s and mid-90s, we had Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls with Steve Kerr. And we also had recently the three-peat by Los Angeles Lakers. They won 2001, 2001, and 2002. And they're out of it this year. So right now the San Antonio Spurs versus the New Jersey Nets. And apparently Game 5 was last night, which I've been seeing every game, which is an awesome game, even though it's low scoring. The San Antonio Spurs won on the road at New Jersey, beating the Nets by 93-83. So they lead the series 3-2. So I'll let you people know what's going on in July, and I'll let you know who won the NBA Finals. Alrighty. Okay, people, we all know who Tony Roma is. Tony Roma, he's the guy who created the franchise of Ribs, the restaurant, what he did in the early 70s, mid-70s, and late 70s. He had Tony Roma open up his barbecue house up in Florida, down in Florida, I'm sorry. And this big old financial advisor gave him a lot of money, and Tony Roma was able to build this empire with a restaurant chain called Tony Roma's Grill and Ribs. He passed away a couple days ago, people. So I eaten there a couple times before. Ribs are awesome. Not spectacular, but good. Okay, also in Richmond, California, a 16-year-old kid who had a toy gun was shot to death by LAPD officer. The official statement from the LAPD said that's an unfortunate incident that a 16-year-old kid lost his life, but due to the fact that the officer felt that they were in grave danger, they shot the kid because the kid had a toy gun. Alrighty. Okay, in Texas, a deputy was being charged for stealing pieces of the Columbia Space Shuttle. He might serve a year in prison. Okay, people, in New Jersey, a police officer who was really drunk and behind the wheel killed himself and 5 others by driving drunk into an intersection, killing 5 people in the other car, including himself. Okay, and also in Florida, sad news, 4 young girls died in a blaze at their family house. The ages of the girl were 10, 6, 5, and 2. No cause of worth on the blaze. The parents survived, and so did the brother. The brother said that he could not wake up the 4 sisters, so he ran out of the house, and the sisters died. So rest in peace. You are in heaven with the angels. Am I not right, people? Alrighty. In Omaha, Nebraska, a man was charged with keeping his wife in his house for 2 years. He was charged with false imprisonment. and harassment. He kept his wife for 2 years in the house, locked in the house for 2 years. The woman was so afraid that she never stepped out of the house because under the fact that the husband would threaten her and tell her, if you leave the house, I will kill you immediately. So the guy was arrested and charged with false imprisonment. Okay, monkeypox. We all know what monkeypox is now. It all started with Ebola in the mid-90s. All these things are coming up. SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome, is real big in China, causing a lot of trouble, a lot of worldwide international trouble. And now we have to worry about monkeypox. Monkeypox is a less lethal form of smallpox, but very, very bad. So I'll keep you up to date on that. Don't know too much about monkeypox. Okay, and in Colombia, a plane was busted. A plane was carrying drugs, and guess how much drugs was on the plane, people? 1 ton of cocaine was apprehended on a plane that had Mexican registration plates. When the plane landed, the soldiers could not get to the plane in time, and the people who drove the plane left their cargo. Like Han Solo left his cargo, the Imperials. But the smuggler, the drug runners left a ton of cocaine in the plane. Okay, Israel and the PLO are having so much trouble that the roadmap, for all you people out there who don't know what the roadmap is a plan that the U.S. is helping build along to decrease the violence that's going along in Israel. It got to a point where the roadmap is in tatters. There's been suicide bombing, killings of soldiers, of settlers, on both sides, Palestinians and Israelis. And on top of this, the Palestinians, they do suicide bombing. What they do, they dress up like normal Israeli to go on a bus or in a cafe and blow up the cafe, including 16 others, 20 others, 24 others, whatnot. The Israelis, in retaliation for the suicide bombings, they're going with jets and helicopters with rocket-propelled bombs and whatnot. It's got to a point where the White House administration is saying there cannot be, basically they're saying there's no end in sight because both sides are increasing their aggressiveness towards each other, and the Israeli government is increasing the attack by doing military airstrikes against people who don't have any of those kind of means or weapons. I'm not taking sides, people. Okay, alrighty. In Philadelphia, they found, Philadelphia police found the remains of 5 bodies in a man's backyard. I'll keep you more up to date on that. Okay, in Florida, in the city or the suburb of Spring Hill, a woman was arrested. A 52-year-old woman was arrested because on child abuse charges because she used a stun gun on her 13-year-old daughter behind her ear. Imagine this, people. You're a 13-year-old girl. Your mom's a fucking bitch. She's like Mommy Dearest and the Stepford Wives put together, and then throwing a little fucking violence that's surpassing both spectrums of those personalities of those 2 women I talked about. That the mother has a stun gun, and because the girl supposedly was grounded and apparently she did something where she broke the rules, the mother used a stun gun and used it on their 13-year-old daughter's head, and now she's in jail awaiting more charges. You know, if you're a mother of a 13-year-old girl and she's grounded, you're not gonna go and use a fucking stun gun. Let the fucking mom get stun gun in prison, because there is no reason why kids should be abused. I have seen kids been abused where I interfered and I haven't got into fights. Local law enforcement show up, and it's a big ugly scene, people. So don't abuse the kids, and don't abuse yourself. Unless it's a good way. On top of that, countdown is coming down to Lollapalooza. Lollapalooza is coming to Phoenix in August. Jane's Addiction and Audio Slaves. Audio Slaves is a mixture of the band Rage Against the Machine and the frontman for Soundgarden. But anyway, people, I saw Jane's Addiction back in '97 with the reunion tour. They didn't have no opening band. I saw them at the Mesa Amphitheater in '97 December, and they had Flea on bass, and it was such a fucking awesome show, dude. I was so out that I think it's the best, my favorite best concert in the world. And on top of that, the Doors are coming to Tucson, Arizona. The Doors. We dug our treasures there. We chased our pleasures here. And I'm messing up. But anyway, the Doors are coming to the Ava at the casino. I'm going, and the television is going. Friends are going. It's gonna be a blast. Long live Jim and long live the Doors. And in Pakistan, 2 gunmen on motorcycles gunned down a truck full of cops, killing 11 cops in several minutes. That was in Pakistan. Okay, people, and in Spain, in the Spanish city of Barcelona, a New York-based photographer beat his own record of taking a picture of 7,000 nude people for a picture. The previous record was 4,500 naked people for a picture in New York. But in Barcelona, 7,000 people took their clothes off and did a great, big, humongous family portrait. Okay, people, I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed my next segment. We're going to be doing Urban Sprawl. We're going to be talking about the Doors. Tomorrow, the Foo Fighters. We'll talk more about the Foo Fighters. And we're going to also do a special segment dedicated to Jim Morrison. Okay, people, this is the Call Me Crazy Show, episode 88. I'm out of here. You have a good time. I'll see you in a little bit. Ancient manual race, lonesome out of place. Touching, I am near. Pacing, I can't hear. Talking, I am lost. Words are just too much. Sleep is much too real. Friends are there to heal. Anticipation might kill you. No religion's a virtue. Tool made out of clay. They were meant to away. Mountain much too tall. Water just too hot. Suitcase way too tight. Flag is way too dark. Ocean is too blue. Passion is untrue. Anticipation might kill you. No religion's a virtue. Tool made out of clay. They were meant to rain. Open fields are empty. I can't wait. 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 Spirit surrendered to me. Didn't sing a song. Watching me with hateful eyes. Shadowed the night. When there's time.